What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Manbitesfilm, episode 54. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon. Join me is the Ménage à Trois. That's a,
That's a reference to another show.
Yeah.
He can pronounce trois with the perfect French accent, but he can't say 54 with the Latin accent.
So yeah, that's a deep dive into candlelit blowjobs. If you don't listen to that, go listen to it. Of course, we have William.
Good evening, everybody. Always a pleasure to be here.
And Lewis.
Is it always?
Yes.
I mean, it definitely is my pleasure. I bring pleasure. I don't know about you.
Oh, you bring pleasure.
As always, we are a weekly movie podcast where we talk about movie news. We review one movie all together, and then we have our individual reviews, and we have our new, not so new segment, the movie bucket list. So, Lewis, take it away.
All right. So, as you all know, this weekend was a celebration for Star Wars in Chicago, and all the news that came out of there was incredible. Of course, with no exception, the trailer of the latest film that will be released this winter, and this actually looks really, really good.
One thing about the trailer. One thing not about the trailer. The film. I don't like the name for some odd reason. Not a fan of it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. It just doesn't roll off the tongue, like...
The Rise of Skywalker?
I don't know. I don't like it. Like, why does it have to have somebody's name in the title? I don't know. It sounds weird. Just coming from every other... Like, comparing it to every other Star Wars title. Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, Return of the Jedi, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know. This one just sounds weird to me. And I don't know why, but it just does.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense to you guys or to any listener right now. It just doesn't sound
appealing.
Good. Appealing. That's the word. Thank you. Appealing to me. But I'm
How about you, William?
Super excited.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the name Rise of Skywalker. I have obviously my theories of what it may be about or what it may
Rey
not
is
be
a
about.
Skywalker. Sorry.
I don't think they're gonna retcon the previous.
Yes,
episode.
they are. Yes, they fucking are.
JJ
dude.
said that he's gonna do a little bit of retconning, but I don't think to the point where they're gonna go all the way back to make Rey a Skywalker. My quick theory so far, the only one that I have that's related to this is simply that Ben Solo is in fact part Skywalker because he's Leia.
Oh, please don't. Okay, so there's one thing I never wanted to happen in this trilogy. Okay, you had Vader was changed at the end, right? In Episode 6 in Return of the Jedi. Can we just leave Ben alone and leave him to be a piece of shit and die as a piece of shit? Can we just leave it like that? Does he have to be redeemed? Why, man?
Of course he
Why, dude?
Wait,
the man killed
Vader. I'm talking about Kylo Ren.
No. Yeah, I said Ben. Can Ben or Kylo Ren just be like unredeemable? Can he just not be bad and leave it at that, and they just kill him and that's it? Why
does he have to? Though they left it open for him to be redeemed already. So
dude, he killed his dad. How are you redeemable after that, bro? You're a piece of shit. Yeah. Spoilers. Sorry if you haven't seen this movie. It came out 4 years ago. Like I don't know, man.
Anyways,
whatever, dude. Whatever. I did like that scene though in the trailer when he hits that guy and just like fucking knocks him on the ground.
Clothesline his ass?
Yeah, I was like, Jesus. My brother said the other day, and I never really put this together or like noticed this, but he does a really good job at making it seem like his lightsaber is really heavy.
Probably because he's a wuss. Can't carry that
No.
around.
No. I wouldn't say that he's a wuss. It's just like his lightsaber, has like the hilt, and it seems very unstable. Like the way he fights, it seems like his lightsaber has like some heft to it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I never really noticed that. Like the way he swings it and stuff, it looks like.
Well, probably because he doesn't want to chop off his wrist.
Or that.
Twist around the sword too much because then he's gonna fucking chop off his wrist.
Yeah, you're right. You might be right. But yeah, I'm sorry for derailing it for a sec there.
No, hey, whatever. It's all good. The next thing Star Wars related is we had the first look at the Mandalorian series, I'm excited. I'm interested.
So there, there's two things that I'm excited about when it comes to Disney Plus. I'm sorry, I really don't care about anything else. Honestly, I love Disney, but I don't. There's no reason that justifies me paying $7 or however much this streaming service is. But The Mandalorian looks amazing.
Yes, it does.
Second of all, they're bringing back the Clone Wars TV series.
Yes, they are, to finish
To finish it up, because it never got its proper ending on Cartoon Network or Netflix when they brought it back for that like small little season.
Yep.
So I'm super, super excited for that. And then I don't know, like the other series, like the Marvel ones, I honestly could care less.
I just want to see them do like a Modern Family approach to the Avengers. I will die to see that, or like a reality show, you know, like the Real Housewives of the Avengers or something. Oh my God, that would be priceless. Real Housewives of the Avengers. Get on that, Disney.
That would be funny. Maybe like as an April Fool's thing, just like the Real Housewives of the MCU. That'd be amazing.
Or do like a Star Wars like reality show or something. That'd just be hilarious.
Oh my God. So you know the meme where the I still love you, the black guy from that I think he's like being it's an intervention or something like that. Have you ever seen that, the meme?
Nope.
Well, whatever. It's his son or something along those lines going up to his dad and being like, "Hey, I still love you even though you have like a drug problem." And then the guy starts crying. He's like, "Meh." I can just imagine that being Ben and Han. Oh, that'd be hilarious. God, Disney, you're fucking up.
Right. The other thing that they've officially announced, but not really, they're kind of teasing at it, is that Lucasfilm is developing the Knights of the Old Republic project. Now,
yes,
they haven't announced what it's going to be, whether it's going to be a TV series, a game, or a movie. They haven't announced that yet.
For anyone that doesn't know, there are 3 games in the Old Republic series. That's Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, which were RPGs that came out like 17 years ago. And then there's the MMO, the Old Republic. And then there's like, of course, books. But that's like a fan favorite area of Star Wars. Like those 2 games, specifically the RPGs made by BioWare, are
Dude.
like highly looked upon.
Well, I mean, anything BioWare. I'm not a big what do you call it? A video game player, but dude, anything BioWare is freaking phenomenal. So yeah, I will always be interested in anything they do.
KOTOR, as people refer to it, it's like highly looked upon, and they're really great games. So if you've never played those games, play them. And also, I'm very like curious to see what it is. Is it going to be like a series, a movie, or like another game or something like that?
Yeah, I'm hoping for either a TV show or a movie, because that's going to be interesting to see. The next thing that they're bringing out, and they confirmed already, is that Chris Hemsworth is going to be part of the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. He's going to be a cameo in the movie, which I'm excited to see the reboot. I'm dying to see what they do with the characters, because it's such a big part of my childhood.
I'm curious to see what they do too. Like, what are they going to be very the same, or are they kind of going to? Or are they going to take like a different approach to Jay
I hope
that
they don't lose their edge, because Kevin Smith's lost his edge a lot since the original movies. And
speaking of, dude, they're playing Clerks at the Gable Cinema in like 2 weeks, and I'm so hyped. The original Clerks.
Meh.
Why'd you go mer?
Because I want to be there to watch it.
Oh,
but I can't.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they're playing it sometime in May, and I saw that, and I was like, I need to be there. I think that's my favorite Kevin Smith film.
It's a toss-up between Clerks and Chasing Amy for me. I really, really enjoy Chasing Amy. But anyways, the last thing that I wanted to bring up is the Dark Phoenix trailer, the latest and last trailer of this movie, and it looks incredible. I am dying to see this now.
I don't know, man. Maybe like Apocalypse left a bad taste in my mouth. Mind you, I didn't think Apocalypse was terrible. It was fine. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think that they need to reboot the X-Men franchise.
I hope
I-
Disney doesn't screw
Low
it up.
key. I don't know.
I think that like I don't know. It used to be that like reboot would have to wait a certain amount of time, and there would have to be like a major reason behind it. It just seems like rebooting just comes so easy now that it's kind of like I don't know. To me, kind of like lost its flavor a little bit. It's like we're rebooting this and we're rebooting that. It's like why don't you just fix what you had before and see if you can salvage what you have and turn it around.
But how are they going to fix it at this point?
I don't know, because like with X-Men, after the third installment, that everybody was like, "Oh, X-Men needs to just like die." They came out with X-Men First Class, and everybody absolutely loved it. It was a great movie,
which is a reboot, technically.
Is it though?
Yeah,
because
I would call it
reboot.
It's a soft reboot, but it's a reboot nonetheless. Like, I don't
see. I wouldn't call it a reboot for the simple fact that they were still able to tie it in with what is going on now. When I say like reboot, I'm talking about like an entire new cast. Like they pretend the original never happened, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't consider First Class a reboot. If anything, I consider it a saving of the X-Men franchise, because then like I said, they were able to tie in the two. But now it's like, oh, we don't like what we did last time, so we're just going to reboot it completely. It's like, no, just take the things that worked and listen to your audience, and where the audience is like, this is where we think that they went wrong. I'm not talking about little trolls online that like just want to complain about everything. I'm talking about like, the concrete audience that has a good reason or makes a good point as to why something didn't work, and try to fix that. Because in the long run, also helps with not just production companies but the actors as well, because they're able to come back and reprise their roles. You can't always save everybody's role. Like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and the great thing about that is that he's timeless, so they could keep him. But everybody else was just a whole different story. But anyway, that's my little rant. Sorry, I just felt like, wait, I'm just like going on and on.
And now William will go back to being quiet for the rest of the show.
Wow.
You felt that, buddy? That little jab?
Wow, Brandon. Wow.
Yeah, my side hurt right there. let me remove the knife from my back right there. Set it on my little counter right here. There we go. We're good to
It's
go.
like, hey, buddy,
I don't
give
think
you a
that's
hug.
a knife.
Hey, what is it, though? Damn.
He's Latino. He can't be anything else.
Yeah, machete.
Oh, my God. Moving on.
Yes,
Anything else?
that's it.
I think that's it, because everybody's laying low until Endgame comes out, because they're like, nobody's gonna contend with that.
Yeah. Also, that's the other thing we're going to talk about is the boys and girls. Please do not spoil movies when they're coming out, especially big movies that people cannot get tickets to. Everybody doesn't appreciate that, and if you do, make sure that you put a fair warning on your post. That's our PSA. Thank you, William, for bringing that up.
I swear to God, if any of my friends are listening and you spoil it for me, I'm going to be I will unfriend you for like a month. I will stop talking to you for like a month, because it's like,
How do you do that for
not
a
do
month
that.
only? Do you remember and go back and add them as a friend?
Yeah, pretty much. Just like, oh wait, yeah, no, they screwed up, but
Specifically for movies
Timeout
like...
corner for you.
Specifically for movies like Endgame that we've been waiting a year, and not only that, like years. It's like it's the ending to this saga, so it's kind of like, hey man, let people experience it, and like Lewis said, give a fair warning if you're gonna talk spoilers, and don't put spoilers like in a fucking like a picture or like a thumbnail of something. Don't be that asshole, please.
Yeah,
Please?
seriously. And anybody that does, on my Facebook page, I will be putting a dunce hat on a picture of you and posting it all over your wall.
All right, so that is the end of the Manbitesfilm PSA for Avengers Endgame, which premieres next Friday. I'm super excited. I got my tickets for Friday in the afternoon.
You peasant, I got tickets for Thursday.
Look, coming from somebody that literally bought his ticket this past weekend, I'm happy that I even got it on opening day. Anything at night, that like Friday night, was a no-go. But since I get out of work early, I was like, oh, I'll try to go to like an earlier showing, and they had it, so I was like, oh, perfect. And it's assigned seating, which is even better.
They come up to New York. They got shows starting at 3 a.m.
We don't have anything of that caliber here in Miami.
Peasants.
Dude, I've never heard of a theater being open like all night ever.
Lord of the Rings was. For Lord of the Rings, they did the last showing at 2 a.m.
Are you sure?
Yep, because I went at 2 a.m.
You're fucking crazy.
Because that was the only way I could get the tickets for Return of the King the first time I watched it. And then I watched it 10 more times. In theaters.
Oh my god. Now we know why Return of the King made so much money. Lewis was like 90% of that. I know.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You laugh at me because I go and like get the Game of Thrones burger and milkshake at Shake Shack, but your ass was up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go see Return of the King.
Oh yeah, I watched all those the premiere weekend.
Did you just burp?
I did.
Oh my god. Stay tuned after this quick little break when we come at you with our new, not so new segment, the movie bucket list.
Not live.
It's a good one this week.
How dare you say that it's not live? Because it isn't. Alright guys, welcome back for our new, not so new segment, the movie bucket list, where William brings us a movie surprise that Lewis and I do not know from his posters, his lovely posters he has, and we talk amongst ourselves and we decide if it should or should not be on this list. So William,
Yay or nay?
Yay or nay? William, what is the movie this week, buddy?
Well, given the fact that if I haven't announced it before, I am coming to MegaCon finally. I think I did announce it.
Yes,
but
you did.
I was going through it, and I thought that a really good one to do this week would be none other than Back to the Future.
Oh!
Yay! 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 Yay!
Yay!
All right, and we'll be back with the next segment because apparently we're all agreeing we're just gonna move on.
Back in time. Sorry, I love.
Put it this way: Back to the Future is one of the most perfect films ever written. It literally the first Back to the Future. 100%. It's actually studied in film school because of how the structure is so perfect. Every single scene in that film was written on the script. Nothing was added in post. Nothing was added while actually recording. And every single line was actually kept from the original script. There's no alterations to the script. Any ad-libbing, nothing like that was done. The script was so good that they kept it.
You know what I love about those movies? That all three parts are legitimately the same fucking movie. But they're done so well that even the worst part, which is the third part, is still a good movie.
Oh, come on. Jules and Verne?
Okay, like I said, it's a good movie, but it's the worst of the three. You can admit that, right? Please tell me that you don't think.
Yes. Part 3 was definitely the weakest.
I was about to
say,
I was like, if you say 2 is worse than 3, I'm gonna lose my shit.
God no. 2 and 1 are like so close to each other.
God.
I don't know which one to put first sometimes. So
I would put the first one. Like I would go in order as they came out for the simple fact that the first one is what started it all, and it's the beginning of it all.
So
and then the other ones are just like you said, they're not carbon copies, but they're close enough to it to where it's like, holy crap, dude.
Nostalgia wise, I think I like 2 the most, but I think looking at the 3 films, I think 1 is the best one.
The thing is, I honestly I can't recall a single time where I've only watched one movie. I've always watched at least 1 and 2 back to back because I can't just let it be.
What's the matter,
I could leave the third one.
Bro, best scene, bro. What's the matter, McFly Chicken? And the guy has a soundboard on his chest in the diners from the 80s. Like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
How was the chicken sound?
In 2015, we're 4 years after that, and we don't have hoverboards. Well, we do have hoverboards, but nothing like that.
I want to see who's the motherfucker going to be that goes to MegaCon with the shoes to get them signed. Because you know there's
Yes.
going to be at least one guy. There's going to be one guy that's going to show up and just put them on the table and be like, I want these signed. And those shoes will probably be the most expensive shoes in the world.
Well,
Yeah.
how much are the actual replica Nikes? Aren't they
They're
like
in the thousands.
aren't they
Yeah.
like over $100,000? Like the real ones.
Yes.
They're not. The real ones. Yes.
Yeah, they're like over like 100,000. It's ridiculous. Even though, those Nikes are, they look so nice.
Yeah, they do. And imagine signed by the whole cast, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
Which pretty much everybody's going to be there. All the main cast of Back to the Future will be at MegaCon this year.
Does he still have really bad Parkinson's?
Yeah.
But he
I
has
thought-
it under control now.
Has he
Yeah,
gotten
somewhat.
it under control?
Yeah, because
It's
he's done
definitely
TV
more under
shows.
control. Yeah, because like it's definitely more under control now than when it first started. Obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean, like Parkinson's is just not something that it's not like cancer to where it's like, oh, I had cancer and now it's done.
No, I know.
But yeah, no, but that's also why Michael J. Fox is the one that's going to be there the least amount of time. He's only there for 2 days.
Yeah.
The reason I asked is because I read or heard somewhere that he kind of like figured out a way to kind of like get it under control as much as he can,
medication.
as much as he possibly can.
There's a
course.
lot of medications that have come a long way in the aspect of
He
Parkinson's.
got it really young too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was right after the Back to the Future.
Didn't he do like a show in the early 90s and like right after that is when he got it?
Well, the last Back to the Future is 91, I think, right? Or 90.
Yeah, but he had like a sitcom television show in the early
Yeah.
90s, if I'm not mistaken, and then right after that is when he developed Parkinson's. But whatever, that's.
But oh yeah, this movie 100% deserves it.
Yes.
I can't
For sure.
like it's one of those classics of our childhood. At least I think all of us grew up watching this movie, right?
And there's like
Yeah.
little things that like now as an adult I watch that blow my mind. Like when Marty goes to the mall in the beginning of the movie to go see Doc when he's gonna show him the DeLorean. It's called the Twin Pines Mall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then he hits the tree in 1955, and when he goes back at the end of the movie, it's the Pine Mall, and there's only
Yeah.
one tree. It's like little things like that you're like, what? Like it just blows your mind. You're like, holy shit, dude.
Well, you
And-
watch the intro of the first movie, and it gives you the whole plot of the film just in Doc's house. The whole plot of the film is displayed to you within the first minute, just in the
Yeah,
credits.
you see the chest with the what is it, uranium that he has in there and
You
stuff
see
like that.
everything, even to the point of like the adventures that he's gonna go. The under the sea dance is what do you call it? Enchantment Under the Sea dance is there's a poster of it in his house. So you see that you see everything that happens, every major plot point in the film is shown there.
It's incredible, dude. I absolutely adore those movies. And the best line, when this baby hits 88, you're going to see some serious shit. God damn it. I adore those movies so
It's
much.
such a great movie. The music. Oh, the music.
Yes.
Speaking of which, there is a shirt which Brandon, I think you're going to enjoy. I saw it, a guy wearing it here in New York the other day. It's the DeLorean,
Mm-hmm.
but it has the paint job of Boba Fett
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
because it's a Mandalorian, and it's like
Oh, that's cool.
that's just like great.
That's
but,
super cool.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh, Brandon may like that.
I can't speak highly enough about the Back to the Future trilogy. They're so good. They're like one of those feel good like adventure movies that you just like. It's like one of those movies that you come across on TV, whether it's in the middle or at the end, you always stop
Always.
and you're gonna
Always.
watch that movie.
Dude, I've probably seen Back to the Future from beginning to end.
Oh.
Of at least the first two movies.
I don't even
At
know.
least 40, 50 times, dude.
Probably.
At least 40, 50 times.
I used to watch them a lot as a kid. I know that. I used to watch them a lot as a
I
kid.
remember, yeah. And I never complained because I love those movies.
Hey, man. We actually agreed on something as children?
Yeah,
No,
right?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so that's a unanimous yay from us at Manbitesfilm.
Let's
Yeah.
hold on. I want to give you a challenge now. Where would you put this on your list of 1 to 100?
Oh, dude, don't ask me that.
Well, at least within the 10 frame, like in the 20s, 30s, 10s, whatever.
Top 10.
Top 10, yeah, I put it top
Same
10.
here.
Top 10 for sure.
I think that would be cool to do from here on out. Like, give it what you would put it at. That way, people could gauge.
Not an exact number, but can we do like the
Yeah.
top, like 10s, 20s, or 30s? Like I put it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
within 10s. I think that's a good idea.
for sure. Top 10. I think we all unanimously agree on top 10.
Yeah. It's in my top 10.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right, so definitely go watch Back to the Future. It's an amazing movie, and stay tuned for our main segment, the main review of our show, live, which is 007 Goldfinger. Pew, 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 pew. That's not the sound that the guns make.
No.
But in my head, it is. What is up, everyone? Welcome back for our main segment, live, the main review, which is 007 Goldfinger, or just Goldfinger. I don't know what you want to call it. Starring my man, none other than Sean Connery, the best James Bond. I will fight anybody. Him and Pierce Brosnan, they're like the best.
100%.
Hell no.
Sean Connery.
You had your Sean Connery. You lost me at Pierce Brosnan.
Okay,
I don't know about Pierce Brosnan.
Sean Connery is definitely number. Sean Connery is number one in my books, and then second is Pierce Brosnan, and then after that it just drops off a cliff. Maybe Daniel Craig after that, and then.
What about Roger Moore?
Roger Moore. God damn it! I love those campy '70s 007 movies. The Spy Who Shagged Me. No, not the Spy Who Loved Me. Sorry, that's Austin Powers. Fuck.
Wow.
The Spy Who Loved Me, isn't that the one with Jaws in it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, in all honesty, for real, is The Spy Who Loved Me the one with Roger Moore? Is that the one with Jaws? One of the movies with Jaws in it?
I don't know.
William?
You're talking about like the one when it opens the layer and has like the
underwater
sharks?
And stuff like that, and then there's the big tall guy with the metal chompers that is called Jaws.
No, that's you're talking about Dad Jaws.
Yes.
No, that's Moonwalker.
Is there another Jaws?
The shark?
Besides the shark?
I don't know, man. Whatever. So, what did you guys think of Goldfinger?
Moonraker. And yes, that was 1979 because they were trying to cash in on the incredible thing that was called Star Wars. So they're like, oh, we should bring James Bond into space because that's what people love now. So they came out with Moonraker.
So, moving on to the actual movie, Goldfinger.
Dude, I had to fast forward through the song because it annoyed me so much.
What?
I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
That song is amazing, dude.
This.
Get the hell out of here, dude.
My favorite opening song has to be Skyfall, though. I absolutely love that opening song, and not because it's just Adele, but just the song itself is amazing.
Is this an attest to how much we dislike fucking Goldfinger because we just keep derailing and talking about other Bond films?
Okay, so Goldfinger, the best part of the whole movie was the title sequence. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay, can we talk? Can I ask you guys something about specifically? I don't know if it's this movie or just movies in general from the '60s. Which, by the way, Sean Connery is 35 in this movie. Can we talk about that?
Older.
He looks way older.
Sean Connery, like he consistently jumped from like 20 to 55 and stayed at 55 for like 40 years.
Second of all, what is it with the backgrounds that they look fake? Like when they're in Miami in the hotel, the backgrounds, is that fake?
No.
Yes,
that's actually
that is
real. No,
they
that
actually
is
fake.
filmed. They filmed at the Fontainebleau.
No. Okay, so
part of it was filmed,
yes.
But there were some scenes that were fake. They were shot in a studio.
Yeah, like the overhead shots of the Fontainebleau, that's fine. And then there were some scenes where it looked like they were there, and then like there's some scenes where Bond is talking to Goldfinger, and I'm like, that looks like a green screen. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why? Why? And then
Funny story.
Yeah, go ahead.
The best part of the movie, honestly, for me was seeing the Fontainebleau, because I was like, oh, look at that. I didn't know that this was filmed at the Fontainebleau, and I was like, oh shit, that's actually the Fontainebleau. And that's actually where I had my prom, ironically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I remember that what do you call it, pool very, very vividly. It was.
What did you do in said pool, you savage?
Put it this way, I had to leave my tuxedo
You
in many different places, and it didn't leave the pool. I had to pay for the damn tuxedo in the end.
Your parents must have been so happy with you.
I paid for everything.
Oh, okay.
So technically they were very happy with him.
I hustled a bunch of people selling magic cards, and I paid for prom, I paid for grand night, I paid for a bunch of things by selling magic cards.
If you're listening to our show right now, thank you. If you went to school with Lewis, you graduated with him in whatever year, I'm not going to say what year just in case. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that he probably hustled you in some way, shape, or form. God damn it. Jesus.
That was the best part of the movie for me. That and Pussy Galore.
Yo, okay. When she's like, my name is Pussy Galore, I was like, what? I hadn't seen this movie in a while, and I was like, what? Oh my god! And then like the chauvinist things in this movie, like when he's getting the massage and he like slaps her ass.
Slaps her ass.
Like,
yeah.
Whoa, dude!
What?
I was like, wow, the
crazy shit.
The 60s were a real different era. Holy shit! Oh man.
Yeah,
or the part where Goldfinger tells Pussy Galore to go put herself into something more, basically telling her, "Go look like a slut." That's what he's telling her to do. In a very undertoned, chauvinistic 70s
And
way.
I love the giant banner that says Pussy Galore Air something or another. I was like, wow.
I think it's Air Circus or something like that.
I don't know. But it was like Air Circus. Jesus Christ. Air Circus and Pussy Galore do not belong in the same sentence.
The thing is...
That was the beginning of the Mile High Club.
It's not a bad... It's not a bad movie. It's just... It's very different than what you're used to with the Brosnan and the Daniel Craig movies. They're much slower.
Oh, please.
What?
Like what? Like Denise Richards being like a doctor named Christmas? That's so much better.
No. But
What?
I'm saying the structure of the films. I'm saying that the 60s and maybe even the 70s Bond films are way slower than the Brosnan and Daniel Craig films are. To a certain extent.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of exposition back then, where it's like, this is not just going to be like introducing the bad guy and calling it a day. There was like, the whole...
Does Bond fire a gun?
Needlessly elaborate.
Does Bond fire a gun whatsoever in this movie?
Does he ever?
Yes.
Does he fire? Yeah, no, he definitely does.
Not in this movie, though.
No. Lewis, I'm answering your question. Yes, he does fire guns.
Yeah.
In this movie...
I don't think he did.
I think he only fires the grappling hook in the intro sequence when he's like blowing up the thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think he fires a single fucking gun in this movie. And
No.
Can we also talk about like how racist like Oddjob is? The guy like grunts.
That was not racist at all.
Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about. It was not racist whatsoever.
It's not,
dude. This movie is it's very dated, very.
Yeah,
dated.
yeah. They're dated. They're definitely and
talk about overly, unneedlessly elaborate movie. It's like,
dude. Okay, dumbest. The entire I'm watching the movie and I'm like, all right, cool. He meets the, Goldfinger's assistant. She gets killed because she gets painted gold and then she asphyxiates or whatever. Okay, that's fine. That's for exposition. Then her sister shows up. I'm like, all right, cool. This is this is gonna be the Bond girl for the movie. Then she dies, and I'm like, what the fuck is the point of her character? What?
None.
None. Literally.
And then it was Pussy Galore.
And then Pussy Galore shows up, and I'm like, all right, man.
And she becomes the Bond girl, so to speak.
Best death though, Goldfinger getting sucked out that window. Best death.
That's awesome.
He's just like, I'm just like, oh, this is great. This is amazing. Like the movie's not bad.
He got sucked through the window, like sucked through the window. He got sucked there for a second, and then he's like, bloop.
Yeah, it's like when a fat guy just like gets stuck in something, and you just see like he's just struggling to fit.
It happens to me all the time.
Here we go with the fat jokes.
I'm fat. I'm not. I did not direct this toward
fat
William.
Jokes are okay.
It took us 20 minutes to
fat
get to
jokes
one.
are okay because it's as long as they're well rounded, nobody gets offended.
Fucking kill me. No, it's like, yeah, let me put in. It's like if you give a kid like shapes and they're trying to put like a square through a circle. That's how like Goldfinger looked when he got stuck in the hole. He's just like, honestly, it wasn't a bad movie. Would I prefer this over certain other Bond films? I don't know. Probably not.
I mean, it's the third Bond in the installment of like 25 Bonds. Dr. No and From Russia with Love were the first two to come before this one. I mean, yes, we still have Sean Connery.
Is it really the third one?
I'll tell you right now.
Really?
Third installment.
Huh. That makes a lot of sense.
Whatchamacallit? Fun fact, we actually so there were the Aston Martin that gets introduced into this movie. It's the first time that he uses the Aston Martin. There were 3 of them used for this movie. There was the one that you see him crash when he gets captured. Spoiler alert. I mean, the movie came out 50 years ago, so I don't know if spoiler alert still goes into effect.
No, it does not.
You never know. This time and age. Like, I was planning on seeing that Bond movie. Well, guess what?
Fun fact.
Honestly, it doesn't get better than Roger Moore's Octopussy. That's the literal name of the movie, Octopussy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first car that they used got crashed. It was a stunt car. The second car was another stunt car which had all the gadgets. The third car, which was the one you see him just like driving nonchalantly and like when he's like racing the sister and whatnot. That is a $2.6 million car. It is originally that is the original car that was also then used in future Bond movies all the way to GoldenEye, and we actually have that at my job. Like the actual car.
Wow, that's awesome. That's super cool.
Yeah, so definitely excited about that because like when you sit in the car, it's like, hey, I was in the same room as that car today. Talk about being in a car.
So,
you want to be in the same room as a celebrity, don't know what to say? Get in a room with a car. Nothing to say there.
So Sean Connery is in Dr. No, From Russia with Love. These are in order, by the way. Goldfinger.
Yep.
Thunderball. You Only Live Twice. Then there was a Bond with some random guy. Sorry, I don't know the actor's name. He did one Bond movie. Then we have Diamonds Are Forever.
That was probably David Niven in 1967.
1969. Close enough, but you're probably right. The actor's name I meant. And then we have Sean Connery does another Bond film, but it's not under Eon Productions, and that was in the 80s, and it's called Never Say Never Again, which is a remake of one of his other movies. I think it's Thunderball. So, yeah. I like Sean Connery. I think he fits the Bond like mold very well.
100%. He embodies it.
Yeah, he really does. God, that man looks good in suits. Jesus.
Wow, usually it's Lewis getting like the chubbies over Lord of the Rings, but I think I'm feeling a little chubby coming on from Brandon.
Oh, I'll say it flat out. Sean Connery's an attractive man. If I was a woman in the 60s, hands down, dude. Give me that hairy chest.
Give me that hairy chest. What's funny is that like you say that and he brings to mind the movie The Rock with Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God.
Where he's talking about like how gang rape in the showers is not a thing anymore. He's like, maybe I'm losing my sex appeal, and it's like, yeah, you'll never lose your sex appeal.
No,
because you are Sean Connery.
That Scottish accent is amazing. Have you ever seen that interview with Sean Connery and I think it's Diane what's her name? The really famous reporter. She's blonde, older lady.
Diane Sawyers?
Diane Sawyers, yeah, I think it's her.
Or Barbara Walters. Oh no, if she's blonde, it's Diane Sawyers.
I think
so.
I think it's Diane Sawyers. Where he literally tells her that it's okay to beat a woman. To basically like I'm sorry, I don't condone beating, hitting women, but like the way he says it, she's like, so you're saying that if a woman, if your wife or whatever girlfriend speaks back to you, that it's okay to hit her, and he's like, yeah, to kind of like put her in her place, and I'm like, God damn, Sean Connery, savage, my dude, Jesus.
His publicist was in the background going, no, shut up, shut up.
Fuck.
He's like, edit.
This is why Sean Connery was in nothing after The Rock. No, I don't even know. Honestly, the last movie that I remember Sean Connery being in is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's it.
That's what got him to retire. That was actually after The Rock.
Yeah, no, I know it was after The Rock.
Right now, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, so, okay, I guess, what are we going to rate Goldfinger to close out the segment?
4.
God damn, Lewis, for fuck's sake, man.
It's not a good movie.
Oh my God.
It's such a good movie.
It's 2 hours of just, oh God.
Oh, because 3 hours of walking around looking for a goddamn ring is so much better.
Yes.
Do you expect me to talk?
Look, Lewis, I'll say this.
You to die.
Lewis, I'll say this. I feel like you're way too hard on films. You either there's like no middle ground with you. It's like, oh fuck, man, this movie is shit, and like I feel like you're just way too overly critical on films sometimes.
I just really don't enjoy the Bond movies. I really don't. I never have.
But can you disconnect that, like,
even as a moviegoer, just looking at it as an artistic point of view,
yes,
it's god awful. That deserves a lower score than a 4. That's for sure.
Funny enough, that movie has a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but also look at what other movies have a 96.
Yo, most of his Bond films have good ratings. Like, the lowest one is fucking Never Say Never Again in the 80s, and that's 60%. 60, which is still not even... I stopped listening
to what do you call it?
I know, I'm just saying,
Tomato,
dude, Goldfinger and From Russia with Love both have 96%. And, oh shit, sorry, Dr. No has a 98, excuse me.
Definitely does not deserve that.
I'll give Goldfinger like a solid 7. I think Goldfinger deserves a 7. How about you, William?
All in all, I would say I would probably give it a good 8.
They gave Us a 94.
Us is a good movie.
Does not deserve that. 94%.
Us is a good movie. Shut your goddamn whore mouth, Lewis. Put some tape over that mouth. No one wants to hear you anymore. Shut your whore mouth. On that note,
bro, Riverdale 87%. Get the hell out of here.
So?
That does not deserve 87%.
How do you know? Have you ever seen fucking Riverdale?
I have. I got through 3 episodes and I was like, this is
okay,
shit.
Maybe for you it's not an 87, but maybe for the majority is. Okay, on that note, stay tuned after this quick little break. We'll come at you. Not live.
Hey, wait. We didn't get a rating from you.
I gave it a 7. I said it right before.
He did. He gave it a 7.
He's not even paying attention. Stay tuned after this quick little break when we come at you not live with our final segment of the show, our individual reviews. Lewis sucks. We'll be back after these messages, and then you hear somebody in the back like, everything's on fire! Hey guys, welcome back for the final segment of our show. The individual reviews. I just realized we didn't say who's going first, or the order. Who is going first?
I'll go first.
Hey! Okay.
I volunteer for tribute.
Okay, Katniss. Hey, you're much more attractive than Katniss Everdeen. Wink.
Oh, that is the best lie you've ever told me.
Go ahead.
Give me a second. I lost my train of thought.
Oh shit.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, individual.
I was trying to
review.
think of a fat character in Hunger Games, and I couldn't think of one.
There's none, dude, because they don't eat in that world, dude. There's not a single fat person except maybe
The only one
Philip Seymour Hoffman's character.
Yeah, that's the one that I just pulled up. I was like, oh yeah, there you go.
You know.
Wow.
I was. William, please.
I want to see a crossover of the Hunger Games with like the little fat kid from Matilda eating the cake.
Oh my god.
I want to see how long he lasts.
You know, I saw a video of them doing like a tea ceremony all together or something. Like they got together for like lunch. All the actors and
they did like a reunion thing, which was like amazing, and like nobody televised it. Nobody, but it's great because like you see them, and most of the cast is back. Like even like down to like the Trunchbull is back, even like the teacher's back. Obviously Matilda. And not Joe Pesci, the other short guy, Italian guy. Danny DeVito.
I said Daniel DeVito. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry. Go on. Man, just salvage this, man. Put this train back on its tracks, dude.
There's a train?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sponsored by Amtrak. It's off the tracks.
Not so Amtrak.
Wow. So, all right.
Not my best work. Sorry.
No, just like Amtrak.
Oh my god.
We are on fire today, just like an Amtrak derailed train.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. All right. So should we just start over, or should we just
No,
no,
not at
Let's
all.
keep going.
Continue.
Okay. So what I'm reviewing this week is my I almost said my main review. It's my personal review.
Shit.
It's an ongoing show because it's an 8-part episode. It's like eight episodes. It's a miniseries. It's on Hulu, so it's not Amazon. You don't have to pay for it.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Is this Game of Thrones? Sorry.
No, that's HBO, and you have to pay for it.
Wah, wah.
No, I won't review Game of Thrones until the series is over.
Yeah, don't be that asshole.
First, what is it? First Friday of June. Tune in because I'm reviewing Game of Thrones. I'm reviewing The Act.
Oh, that show on Hulu. Gotcha.
Yes, that show on Hulu.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
Like he said it right before.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you over your stupid voice, Lewis. I'm sorry. That was a little aggressive. I didn't hear that he said Hulu. My apologies.
And then you complain about me not paying attention.
You know what? There's a lot of pressure on me, okay? I'm the host. Cut me some slack.
So, I'm reviewing The Act. It is, for those that don't know, based on a very true story of Dee Dee and Gypsy Rose. Dee Dee was the mother, Gypsy Rose was the daughter, and for the longest time, the mother made her daughter and the world believe that she was this sick child that had all these different issues and medical issues, and had leukemia, and she was frail and couldn't walk, and so they ended up getting like a house basically for free, trips to Disney, the whole 9 yards. Every time you saw her, the daughter was in a wheelchair, and her mom was like there with her, holding her, showing how much she loved her. And then all of a sudden, the mother turns up dead. And it is, in fact, the daughter that the daughter didn't kill her. The daughter had basically snuck, because her mom, she didn't put her in a bubble, but she pretty much had her living in a bubble.
Are we spoiling the whole show?
Well, no. I mean, if this is not, it's based on truth, on realism. So if you know the story, there's nothing really to spoil.
Well, some people don't.
Well,
Okay.
Well, then read a fucking book. Then sorry.
You
Hey, some
cultured
people
swine.
didn't know the end of Titanic, so come on, let's be real.
Get the bro. If you don't know the end of Titanic, please go jump
I'm
off
just
a
saying,
cliff.
bro.
Don't do that.
Bro.
But you know.
By the way, glad that it survived. But you guys know that April 15th was the same date as
Yes.
Titanic sank,
Yes.
and the murder of Abe Lincoln.
Yes.
And I think that there was like one more fact before Notre Dame even happened.
Wasn't it also
And,
the Boston bombing?
Yes, the Boston. It is
Yeah.
the Boston bombing, and now so April 15th, little. It's one of those like mark your calendar. What's going to happen this year? But it is a very good show because I actually I saw a documentary on it, and now watching the show, obviously are some characters and some scenes which are fictional, and they admit that it is fictional. But for the most part, it's very true to how it happened, how everything happened. Like I said, there are 8 episodes. They're like about an hour each. So 8 hours, you have the whole series. Now, they're saying that this is season 1. I don't know how they're going to have more than one season on something where it's pretty much over.
It's television, so they'll find a way. They'll definitely find a way.
I mean, probably. Oh, yeah, no, they'll find a way. Television
Life
finds a way.
God damn it, man. I didn't want to make that joke. Stop.
Come on, Brands. You
Come on, man. I thought you were better than this, Lewis. Not these shitty jokes. No, I'm kidding.
Man, I really you gave us that much credit?
Hey, man, I'd like to think that you're better than this, but I guess not.
Yeah, well,
Never.
I like to give a certain commander-in-chief credit too, but then he goes and says that we should water tank Notre Dame while it's burning.
Don't do this, bro. Please, don't do this. Don't do this. All right, William, what's your verdict on the act?
I give it a good 9 out of 10. It is informative. It is true to the story. There's 2 more episodes to go. I just watched episode 6 today, so it's going to be over in 2 weeks. If you want to wait those 2 weeks and then just binge watch it, it plays on Tuesday nights. So it's available. Actually, not plays on Tuesday nights. It's available starting Wednesday mornings.
It's one of those Hulu shows that they actually premiere weekly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Kind of like they had done with what was that show with the Kennedy assassination? Which I was hoping that they would come back with a different, a different spin to it too, because that was very enjoyable as well. But we shall see how that goes. But yes, this show, have a look at it especially if you're into miniseries that's based on reality or true stories. Give it a listen. You'll be heavily entertained.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So the movie that I'm going to be discussing is a 2001 movie. And I wanted to read 2 lines from the movie because that just kind of, it's perfection. This makes perfect sense of what this movie is. The first one is Great Gaga Moga.
What?
Excuse me?
The next line... The next line is, I'll get the lubricant. There's no time for lubricant. There's always time for lubricant.
Bro,
and if you don't know by now, this stars Julian Moore, David Dufani. I could never say his fucking name. The guy from X-Files. And Sean Williams. Yes. And Sean Williams Scott. The movie is called Evolution, and this is currently streaming on Netflix. And if you like stoner comedies, this is pretty much perfection stoner comedy. These random alien bugs crash land on Earth, and they start evolving very, very quickly to the point where they become a whole species like the humans within a couple of days. And this is about the infection and these scientists or fake scientists that are trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and it is just so hilarious. There's so much good comedy in this movie, and it's a fun time for all. And if you haven't seen this, my God, what the hell is? Come on, this is like one of those high school movies that I saw when it first came out, and I was like, oh, this is so fun.
Then I guess I'm an uncultured swine because I've never seen it. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. So it's an interesting movie. It's not for everybody. It's something that you will enjoy if you just, have some free time and you want to put something in the background. Don't sit and watch this movie not doing something else as well, because you'll get bored. But it is a fun movie because there's some great one-liners in the movie, and just some of the awkward moments that they encounter, like the lubricant thing. It's them taking a bug out of this guy's ass, literally out of this guy's ass. Wow. And yeah, it's quite hilarious, and it has a lot of sophomoric humor, but it's a fun movie. William, you've seen it, right?
I've seen it. I've seen it a few times. It's good. It's like you said. It's good stoner comedy. It's not like the best end all of end all movies, but it was thoroughly enjoyable. Sean William Scott is basically like he's Stifler. That's his character right now, or in this movie. So it's not like he's a genius, but basically I think this came out right around when he was doing Stifler on
Dude,
American
he reminds
Pie.
me more of Dude, Where's My Car?
No, he's not that stupid.
Yeah, he is.
Bro,
Dude.
like
he's more jock stupid than like stoner stupid.
Dude, he always comes off as an asshole in every film he's in, like Stifler. The only movie that I think he's like not an asshole whatsoever, he's more timid, is fucking what's that movie where all the kids die that the guy has a premonition?
Final Destination.
Final Destination. That's the only one where he's like timid. That's it.
Sure.
I mean, I would also say there was something monk. I forgot what it was. Something to do with a monk.
Oh, yes.
Shaolin Soccer, right?
No,
not Shaolin Soccer. It was something different.
Soccer.
Shaolin Soccer is just something. Wow.
Oh man, God.
Which that movie itself too was actually not a bad movie.
No,
it was a well-made movie. It was cute. It wasn't like great, but it was definitely cute. And then there was also Role Models. I really liked it. Yeah, but that was more of a cameo in Super Trooper than anything else.
Goon. That was a good one of
Goon.
his.
Goon was a good one. Goon and Goon 2.
Yes.
And then Role Models was another good one, which him and what's his name? McLovin from Superbad.
Yes.
They basically get in trouble, and they're assigned these two kids, and they gotta be role models to them. Which, I mean, yeah, stuff happens.
Yeah.
But in this movie, he's definitely still very much in the Stifler era, or whatever you want to call it, bubble. But he plays the part well.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. I give this one probably a 6 out of 10. It's just an enjoyable movie. It's fun, stupid. Turn your brain off and watch it. I definitely recommend it. It's on Netflix, so it's easy access for everybody.
Maybe I'll check it out since I'm an uncultured swine.
That's right.
All right, so I'm going last. Lastly, I don't know if that's a word.
But not least.
Sorry.
Agree to disagree.
Jesus Christ, man.
Wow, man.
That hurt. So I'm going to be reviewing the first 2 episodes of the Netflix original show called Blacksummer, which is a zombie apocalypse show. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Nope.
William?
No clue.
Okay. It's new. It literally came out a week ago. Last Friday, to be exact. I did not like the show whatsoever. So I'm a fan of zombie stuff. Supposedly this is a prequel to or not some people are saying it's a prequel, some Some are just saying that it's made by the same production company that's behind Z Nation, which is a zombie show on, I think, Sci-Fi Channel, which I've never seen before.
It's garbage.
Probably. It's one of those really bad B television series.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I was reading up that, like, this is a prequel to Z Nation. I don't know. Never seen Z Nation, so I can't really tell you. But whatever. This, the show cuts back and forth in between different characters' perspectives. Like, one of them is a mother with her husband and her child. Another one is, like, this Korean girl with, like, her boyfriend or relative. You know, stuff like that. And it's cool in the sense that it does, like, intertwine their stories. Because, like, something will happen and then it'll switch to the other character. And then they'll go through the same area right before that other event happened. And it's like, oh, that's pretty interesting. Kind of like, what's that movie called? The Mexican movie that they're all tied to, like, no, the one that they're all tied to, like, an accident.
Oh, 21 grams. 21 grams.
No, it's not 21 grams, but it's like the first one in that trilogy. Whatever the name is of that movie. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on it right now.
Amores Perros?
Yes, Amores Perros.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but like with the zombie apocalypse and whatnot.
So like Dunkirk, where like it's different scenarios, like different things, but then they all get tied in at the last minute.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, that was how the first episode was, and then see parts of the second episode. But then, so I finished the first episode, and I was like, I don't know about this. Let me, give it one more chance. So I saw the second episode, and it still didn't get me. So I was like, eh. Like, I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to watch this anymore. It feels like a B-list, like, television series. I don't know. It just didn't feel good. Ironically, Stephen King loves it, supposedly. He's, like, raving about it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a selling point anymore.
I just it was a funny thing. I didn't like it. It was like, and it's when they switch, like, perspectives from characters, it'll be like bicycle or something. Like, it'll say, like, a word, I guess, like, pertaining to their like situation that is about to occur. And I was like, all right, cool. And then there would be some that'd flash, and then it'd be like 8 seconds, like, not 8 seconds, is a little bit exaggerated, but like a minute of just exposition. Nothing happens, and I'm like, what the fuck was the point of the scene whatsoever? Like, there's no point to the scene. I don't know.
Wow.
It is cool. It's very early. A part of me was like, oh, this is cool. It's very early in the zombie apocalypse. They say it's been only like 6 weeks. So not everything has gone to total shit. But would I recommend it? No, just go watch The Walking Dead. Just go watch The Walking Dead. And even then, like, The Walking Dead gets kind of shitty towards the end. I don't know. Blacksummer definitely. Maybe I'll go back to it. I don't know. Maybe it gets better, but a part of me is like, I don't want to put myself through that shit, even though it's only 8 episodes and they're not even an hour long. They're like, the second episode was 35 minutes. I'm like, what a weird ass like time frame for an episode. Maybe on a rainy day when I'm bored as shit, I'll go back to Blacksummer. But for now, I'd say skip it. Don't waste your time. Go watch The Walking Dead on AMC.
Damn.
Or if you're into like the beginning of apocalypses, go see Fear the Walking Dead.
Or that, which I'll agree to it. Fear the Walking Dead, that's a discussion for another day, but I feel like they fucked up the beginning of the zombie apocalypse so badly in that show.
Yes, they did.
It could have been such a cool fucking thing to see, and they just raced through it, and I'm like, this is such shit. I don't know, man. I was so excited for Fear the Walking Dead when it first came out, which was at this point, like 6 years ago?
Has it been that long?
No, okay, that's a little
has.
exaggerated. Maybe like 4 or 5 years at least.
No, it's already been 6 years, dude.
Whatever. I remember being super excited for Fear the Walking Dead because, you never get to see what leads to the apocalypse. You don't ever see the apocalypse. You see the post-apocalyptic side of things. So I was super excited. And then I start watching Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm like, meh. And that's why I've never watched it. And I've heard that Fear the Walking Dead is actually a really good show. But it left such a bad taste in my mouth that I don't want to go back to it.
The first 3 episodes are good. The first 3 seasons are pretty good. After that, it starts losing its
If I'm not
steam.
mistaken, the entire cast is like not there anymore, right? Like the
Yep.
like it's one character from the beginning, everyone else is dead. Like
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, whatever. Honestly,
Wow, that's quick.
yeah, they legitimately killed off everyone super quick. Blacksummer, skip it. If you're bored as fuck, I guess watch it. Go watch other zombie shows like Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead on AMC. Honestly, I'd give it like a 4,
Or
like a 3 or 4.
Warm Bodies.
Or Warm Bodies, yeah. I give it like a 3 or 4.
Warm Bodies is great.
Yeah, it is.
3 or 4 for me for Blacksummer. I know I said that like for the 3rd time, but whatever, just in case no one heard me. Not great. Yeah. I wasted my time.
All right. Negative reviews today. Jeez.
Woo!
Both of us.
Yeah.
But at least mine was redeeming in some way. Jesus.
I wasn't.
all right,
it wasn't entirely horrible, but like I wouldn't just.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah, don't waste your time.
Yeah.
I wasted mine. Don't, and I'll tell you, don't waste your time. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. All right. So next week, I'm giving you guys 2 options.
Oh God.
They're
Oh no.
2 completely different films.
Okay.
One is a comedy, and the other is a documentary. But it's a very good documentary that I definitely think we could have a great conversation about. It's called White Right: Meeting the Enemy.
Wait. Repeat that. Excuse me.
Okay, so
Thank you, because I'm like,
the movie is called White Right: Meeting the Enemy.
White Right Meeting the Enemy. Okay.
Yes. And then that one, it's about white supremacy, but it's actually this a Pakistani woman
Okay.
that goes and approaches these alt-right people and has a conversation with them. But this is such an amazing documentary. This is probably going to be a
I
contender.
heard about something like that.
This is going to be a contender for my top 10 films of this year. That's how good it is.
Okay. That sounds appealing. I'll watch. I vote for that one.
Okay, and then the second option is Movie 43.
Okay.
It is a comedy with, like, I mean, everybody and their
Nope.
mother.
Nope. My vote's for the first one. I've seen this movie. I'm not sitting through it again. It tried to do what Valentine's Day did or what New Year's Eve did as well.
No, this was a redo of Kentucky Fried Film.
Wait, maybe like, is this like different scenes that are trying to interject with each other in the end?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Nope. I'm still gonna go with nope.
Okay. So, Lewis, repeat the title of the documentary that we're going to be watching.
It is called White, like the color white.
Yes.
Right, like the right hand.
Okay.
Meeting the Enemy.
Okay. So White Right.
And this is on Netflix.
Meeting the Enemy. Gotcha. All right, guys. So thank you for listening to our show. Of course, if you enjoyed our show, listen to our friends over at our other shows. Like, I'm a shitty host. Man Bites Retro. We got Candlelit Blowjobs, which us 3 just did an episodes of. The first one just dropped of 3 of some special shit we're doing there. Also, we got Diversely Geek with Doctor Who in Review, and also John at Narcotic Castro. And also, we got some new friends, which are called Con Friends Podcast, which is a podcast all about conventions and all that goes on in that jazz. So if you like going to conventions, check them out. They're really cool. Thank you, William.
Thank you very much as always.
Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Brandon.
I'm Brandon, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Manbitesfilm.
Maybe.
Shut up.